Can you hear me with the mask on? Yeah.
Can I have a motion to go back into open?
Motion.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we are back in open session. Thank you. At this time, I will open up the public portion for anyone wishing to speak on agenda items only. Please come up to the mic and state your name and address, and you are able to speak for 3 minutes. Thank you. Seeing none, I will close the public portion on agenda items only. At this time, I will go into the principal's report.
Okay, good evening, Superintendent Garrido, Mr. Harms, members of the Board of Education, families, students, and staff that are here. I'm delighted to speak about Aldean tonight. It's certainly one of my favorite topics. And there's a lot of exciting things going on. First and foremost, we are delighted at Aldean that we were recently given the honor of being designated a New Jersey School of Character. And this is a designation given to select schools across the country. And schools that receive this distinction are recognized for exemplary character programs that improve academic academic performance, student behavior, and school climate. This year, there were 67 schools across the nation that received this honor. We are now in the running to be considered a National School of Honor, School of Character, which is an even bigger honor. Right now, we're in the process of scheduling a visit by the evaluators. This year it will be a virtual visit, and they will be speaking with teachers, members of the staff, students, parents, and member community to further evaluate our program. I have to give a great big thank you to our PTO who supported this program in many ways, including financially, and to our character team. The team has been working on a very extensive application for over the past year. And those team members are Caroline Gleason, Jessica Roseski, Gina Cesaro, Dina Cashin, Andrea Cruz, and Constance Quintella. We can't thank you enough for your hard work. It was a very extensive application that took months to complete, and it follows 6 years of very intentional practice in modeling and teaching students good character. Additionally, this year we rolled out our standards-based report card, and students in grades 3 to 5, all the elementary schools did. Last year we rolled out K to 2, 3 to 5 came out this year, and that was a success. We had reports that families really appreciated the more specific information on the report card. We started with student-led conferences this year in 5th grade. So all the 5th grade students in the district, including at Aldean, had parent-teacher conferences where students participated, and students prepared their script ahead of time, and they spoke to their parents about what their areas of strength were and their areas of need. And it was a very successful experience. I was so impressed with how poised the students were and how well they knew themselves. And this is a great way for us to encourage internal motivation in our students when they look at all their assessments and decide, I'm good at this, but I need to work on that. It really helps them to improve their academics. We're celebrating Black History Month every day in February. Each morning we start with talking about very specific African-American heroes. This morning we all talked about and saw a short video on Neil deGrasse Tyson, an astrophysicist, and then students had opportunities to talk with each other on if they were going to be a scientist, what type they would be, and what kind of a student you need to be in order to become a scientist. So those were very interesting discussions with students from kindergarten all the way through 5th grade. We celebrated the 100th day of school this year with a lot of mathematical fun and helped our younger students develop their number sense. And we even had a surprise visit from Zero the Hero, who helps students do a lot of counting. We have a lot of things planned in the art department. We're planning to have a visiting artist come and create a mural in the school. This is something we've been working on for a while, but with the pandemic, we've had to put it off. We're hopeful that later in the spring, he will be at Aldean and all the students will get to participate in that. And in addition, the Association of Art Educators of New Jersey is holding an art exhibit this year. It's usually held in person, but now it will be virtual, and several of our students will be participating in that. We have Read Across America at the end of the month, so we'll be reaching out to a lot of you community members to come and read to our students, and we'll have a lot of other book-oriented activities going on that week. And last but not least, we're proud of all of our teachers, but I wanted to give a little shout out to Miss Dina Cash and one of our first grade teachers. Seton Hall University Magazine wanted to interview an elementary, a middle, and a high school teacher on their experiences teaching during the pandemic. So Mrs. Cashin was interviewed. They came to Aldean and they took photos of her and her classroom, and there's a beautiful article in their magazine about what went on at Aldean last year. And now I would like to recognize our Student Character Council. Before I call them up, I want to explain a little bit about why we have a Student Character Council. This is our student council. However, it's all based on the character traits that they exemplify. So that's why it's called a Student Character Council. In order to be on our Student Character Council, students have to write an essay that explain how they demonstrate the 5 traits that we practice at Aldean: helpfulness, excellence, acceptance, respect, and trust. Once their essays are viewed, students are allowed to run for office. This year, they gave a speech based on their essays that we put on Flipgrid, so the students were able to see all the speeches virtually, and then we had an election on Google Forms. So one of the things that we like to do with our Student Character Council is give them opportunities for leadership, because leadership builds character, and we want to give them real, authentic opportunities. So we have an exciting project that they're working on right now. We were fortunate that the PTO at Aldean offered us a significant amount of money for playground equipment. So the Student Character Council has been put in charge of that project, because that project, who would know better about what students want on the playground but the students? And so they've been surveying their classmates, speaking to the classes. They'll be doing research to find out how much things cost, because they'll be given a budget. And at the end of the school year, they're going to be making a presentation at our PTO meeting with what they found. So we're very proud of them for working on this and happy to give them this opportunity. And so without further ado, I'd like to call up members of the Aldean Student Character Council. I'll call you by name. And the first student is our president, Annabelle Villa. Oh, you want me to hold on? Up here? Okay. So when I call your name, please come up to the front. Is Annabelle Villa here? There she is. Annabelle is our president. Liliana Negron, our vice president. Mateus Ortiz, secretary. Marwa Sickle, treasurer. Andrea Osazi, the liaison to the Staff Character Education Committee. Camilla Callis, Representative. Alexini Johnson, Representative. Sanvi Patel, Representative. I also wanted to recognize, if I may, Mrs. Becky Antonelli, the teacher who is the advisor for the Student Character Council and who's here tonight. Congratulations. We're very proud of you and all your hard work.
Just want to say congratulations to all students. Great job. Keep it up and keep your school going. Thank you. At this time, I'll take just a 2-minute break and allow the students and their parents, if they'd like to leave, to go home and do homework or watch television, whatever. I'll give you 2 minutes to do that. If you want to stay, you're more than welcome to stay. Thank you. At this time, I will ask, are there any committee reports?
Yes, President Harms, I have a Operations Committee report based off of the NJSBA. So the NJSBA Board of Directors met virtually on January 28th and approved the 2022-2023 Advocacy Agenda and Action Plan that coincides with the new 2-year legislative session at the State House. Here are a few highlights with regard to advocacy and action. The NJSBA Board of Directors have committed to, and I quote, advocate for changes to statute and regulation that will emulate the unnecessary administrative workload placed on school districts, provide resources to local Board of Education members to assist with associations' advocacy efforts as well as their own local priorities, increase awareness of districts' responsibilities to students with special needs under state and federal laws, continue ongoing efforts to increase appropriations for extraordinary special education aid, advocate for full federal funding for the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, seek legislative or regulatory changes that will help increase the pool of qualified special education teachers, ensure districts have sufficient resources that will enable them to enhance and close gaps in student achievement, promote the findings and recommendations of the NJSBA's reports on education during the COVID-19 pandemic to help student districts and students deal with pandemic-related losses and delays in both academic and social emotional learning, promote policies that will provide students with multiple pathways to career success, and finally, promote the findings and recommendations of the NJSBA's Task Force on Education Opportunities for the Non-College Bound Learner. That's my report.
Thank you, Zeke. Hearing none, I will move on to the superintendent's report. Mr. Garrido.
Thank you, Mr. Harms. Good evening, everyone. I do have several items that I would like to report on tonight. But the first one I know is the hot topic. As everyone is aware now, Governor Murphy is suspending the mask mandate as of March 7th. So we, the district, after discussions with the board, after discussions with other school districts, we have decided that we will be adopting an optional mask mandate for students beginning on March 8th. This policy will begin March 8th. And, you know, we wanted to make sure everyone understands. We have received no guidance as of today from the Department of Health, the Department of Education. And one of the things that is obviously a question to all of us is what is going to happen? What changes is this rescinding of the mask mandate is it going to have on social distancing, on the quarantining of students and staff, on contact tracing, on the vaccination mandates for staff? We haven't received any guidance. We have been told that guidance is coming very soon, but as of today, as I mentioned, there has not been any guidance. Another thing that I want to make sure, and when I send out the information via letter to the parents and the staff, I want to make sure everyone understands that we will emphasize respect for whatever the choice is, whether the parents feel strongly about their children wearing a mask or staff members feel strongly about wearing a mask or not wearing a mask. We want to make sure, and we're going to work very hard to make sure that we respect those individual choices. And we have that type of environment in our school buildings. So I just wanted to announce that tonight. This will follow by a letter with more detailed information, hopefully after I receive information from the Department of Health and the Department of Education. But as of today, the district will be adopting an optional mask policy for students and staff beginning on March 8th. Okay. And I wanted to actually, it's so good to be reporting something other than COVID and restrictions and things such as that. And we do have some good news that I wanted to bring to the board's attention and to everyone's attention. The first one, back in February 4th, we had a gas leak at Sherman School where we had to go into an evacuation of the building. And of course, these are all planned. We have evacuations. Everything went really well. It was a cold, rainy day. As a matter of fact, we had a one-session day that day because we didn't know if it was going to be icy or not. The students of Sherman, as it is the plan, they go over to the middle school and they go into the auditorium whenever they have to evacuate. I have to tell you, I really have never been more proud of all the staff and our students at Sherman School, but equally at the middle school, where they felt, it's not easy for the students to go into a new building, especially with all this social distancing and everything that's been going on over the past 2 years. Those students, and I want to thank the middle school, Ms. Goyce, Mr. Schreiner, Ms. Pons, I know she was a big part of it, to have the middle school students stay with the younger students, walk them into the buses, because we did transport them back to Sherman via our buses, and they did a wonderful job. That is such a good feeling. I also want to thank the Chief of Police, Chief McCafferty, and the entire Roselle Park Police Department for their assistance. They were great assisting the school to move over to the middle school. They were there the entire time to make sure everyone was safe, and everyone was safe returning to the building. So again, a huge, huge thank you to the Roselle Park Police Department and to our middle school administration, staff, and students for welcoming our students. And again, it was really done so well. And I'm so proud of our staff for really following the plan the way it's supposed to be planned. Over the past week, we've had some really good news coming out of here from the high school. First of all, our high school yearbook, the Parker Scope, was awarded first place by the American Scholastic Press Association. So Mr. Fushi and the yearbook committee did a fantastic job, a wonderful job, and we're very proud of them. So congratulations to them. And then, of course, we had two, not one, we had two state sectional champions that have come out of the high school. It's very rare for a school district to have one. It's even more rare to have two in the same season. Our wrestling team won the Group North 2 Group 1 state sectional title over Hasbrook Heights. So congratulations to them. I know that they are going now into districts and things like that. So we wish them the best of luck. And then our high school bowling team also won the North 2 Group 1 sectional title, and they're moving on to the all groups. So I want to congratulate the two teams. Again, a really, really rare feat. Our basketball team is playing tonight over in our brand new grand opening of our gym. As you know, our gymnasium took really, really bad hit during the Ida storm, and the floor was barely damaged. Everyone worked hard, from our business administration to our director of plant operations, Mr. Parento, to make sure that we had that gym fixed, and it looks really, really good, really good. So I'm very proud of that, and I want to thank everyone, the board, of course, for approving this this project as well. It was great. This month we are celebrating Black History Month. All of our buildings are very busy celebrating with a plethora of activities that include essay writing, novels, videos, discussions, website search. So it's a very busy month as we celebrate Black history around our district. And if you walk into any of our schools, you will see that will come out right off, that celebration for the month. So I wanted to also make sure everyone is aware of that. The district is celebrating Black History Month the entire month of February. Read Across America is coming up. It will be celebrated the week of February 28th. We will have, as we always have, now that we are able to have visitors back in our buildings, we will have guest readers. And, usually it's a really great day for our students because they hear from the chief of police to our mayor to other people from the community that come out and read stories to our students. So again, it's a fun is back in the schools, and it couldn't be more fitting, with all these activities that are going on. And of course, our New Jersey school learning assessments are back this year, so we're preparing for that. Calendar is out on the website, so you can see when your children are going to be tested with the New Jersey school learning assessments. So that's my report, Mr. Harms. Thank you very much, and congratulations to all those teams, and let's keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to say to repeat what Mr. Garrido said, it's kind of rare for two athletic sports to be sectional champions in a small school. So congratulations to them. Also the yearbook. I did never know that there was a kind of an award to get it, but I got to say, to get it, they had to do a great job. If you look at the yearbook, it's always outstanding each year. So congratulations to all of them. At this time, I'll move on to the agenda. Under personnel, agenda items 1 through 16. 1, staff appointments. 2, additional breakfast proctor personnel. 3, high school and middle school additional teachers in classes 2021 to 2022. Rescinding of staff appointment, district substitutes. 6, staff retirement. 7, staff resignation. 8, standard base instructional support program. 9, additional PBL program staff. 10, school-based mathematics support program. 11, additional athletic coaches, 2021 to 2022. 12, additional middle school extracurricular advisors, 2021, 2022. 13, professional development. 14, maternity leave of absence request extension. 15, revision to group counseling program. And 16, COVID liaison. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion on any of the items? Hearing none, roll call, please.
President Harms,
Yes.
Vice President Colstrom,
Yes.
Mr. Biamonte. Yes. Mr. Fernandez,
Yes.
Z Infante,
Yes.
Dr. Kirkland,
This is.
Yes.
Ms. McCar,
Yes.
Ms. Ortiz,
Yes.
Ms. Quintella,
Yes.
all ayes.
Thank you. Under personnel, we have one item, staff appointment. You'll have a motion to accept or a motion. Do I have a second?
Second?
Any discussion? Roll call, please. President Horn? No, you got it wrong. Read it. Vice President Carlson goes first. We got to get that secretary.
Vice President Colstrom,
Yes.
President Harms,
Yes.
Mr. Biamonte. Yes. Mr. Fernandez,
Yes.
Z Infante,
Yes.
Dr. Kirkland,
Yes.
Ms. McCar,
Yes.
Ms. Ortiz,
Yes.
and Ms. Quintella.
Yes.
Motion carries. Under education, agenda items 17 through 21. 17, 2022, 2023 school calendar adoption. 18, education programs. 19, termination of parent transporting contract, route PC-02. 20, education trip request. 21, conference attendance request. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second?
Any discussion on any of the topics?
I just want to say how exciting it is that our students will be going to a robotics competition. I think that's very Generation Z. Good for them.
It's hard to understand. I'm not sure. Z, I'm not sure, what you said, it came kind of muffled, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Just saying how exciting it is that our students are attending a robotics competition.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you. I know it's a little hard with the mask. Soon we'll have them off. Okay. And again, roll call, please.
Vice President Colstrom,
Yes.
President Harms,
Yes.
Mr. Biamonte, Mr. Fernandez,
Yes.
Z Infante,
Yes.
Dr. Kirkland,
Yes.
Ms. McCar,
Yes.
Ms. Ortiz,
Yes.
Ms. Quintella,
Yes.
all ayes.
Motion carries. Under education, agenda, item number 2, under education, conference attendance requests. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? None. Roll call, please.
Vice President Colstrom,
Yes.
President Harms,
Yes.
Mr. Biamonte, Ms. Fernandez,
Yes.
Z Infante,
Yes.
Dr. Kirkland,
Yes.
Ms. McCar,
Yes.
Ms. Ortiz,
Yes.
and Ms. Quintella,
Yes.
all ayes.
Thank you. Motion carries. As we move on, agenda items under business, item 22 through 30. 22, monthly certification. 23, approval of bills. 24, approval of minutes. 25, stale check cancellation. 26, use of buildings and grounds. 27, Roselle Park Educational Association Contract Resolution. 28, Donation Acceptance. 29, Professional Services Contract. And number 30, Summer Camp Staff Discount Policy. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second? Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Vice President Colstrom,
Yes.
President Harms,
Yes.
Mr. Biamonte. Yes. Mr. Fernandez.
Yes, and I abstain from 26A and B.
Z Infante,
Yes.
Dr. Kirkland,
Yes.
Ms. McCarr,
Yes.
Ms. Ortiz,
Yes.
Ms. Quintella,
Yes.
all aye.
Thank you. Motion carries. Under business, 3 through 4. 3, Secretary Treasurer's Report for 2017 Roselle Park Middle School Water Damage Insurance Claim. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes. Yes. Yes.
All aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. As we move on, I'll go into any continuing business.
Yes, President Harms. Just quickly, I was having a wonderful conversation today with Linda Green, who does costumes for the Roselle Park Theater Department. And I just want to make sure the community is aware of the production of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory that is happening on March 31st, April 1st, and April 2nd. So check it out.
Sure will. They're always great. Thank you. Any other continuing business? Any new business? As we move on, I will move into the second public portion. Anyone wishing to speak on any topic, please come forward, state your name and address. You have 3 minutes to talk. I just got 3 minutes.
Katie McDermott, 730 Galloping Hill Road. I wasn't planning on speaking tonight, but when Superintendent Garrido mentioned the Sherman evacuation, I realized that I wanted to take a moment to give kudos to the entire Special Services Department, teachers, and staff. As many of you know, my youngest son goes to Sherman, and he has multiple disabilities, including autism and an anxiety disorder. You can imagine that being evacuated to a strange school could have caused huge meltdown, but it didn't, because his amazing teacher, Mrs. Stevens, kept him calm and in a safe place. The team used it as an opportunity to have my son's class visit his former classmates in their middle school classroom, which I heard everybody loved. So, oh, and Nurse Kartnick called me to let me know that he was doing fine, because she knew that I would be freaking out. And so I just wanted to say thank you. Like, it was like the whole team came together and it was great. And it made, you know, a very anxious parent feel calm and cool and collected. So thank you. And since I'm up here, the next meeting of the Special Education Parent Advisory Group is next Thursday, February 24th at 6:30 p.m. Zoom information can be found in our Facebook group or by emailing us at roselleparkcpag, that's SEPAG, @gmail.com. Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing no one else, I will close the public portion. If the board has nothing else, I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
Make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good night, everyone. Thank you for coming. Just to let you know, we are at the middle school next meeting, next month, middle school.